Hi, dear loves. This is day 8. Welcome. Oh my gosh, you've been doing a great job. Be proud of yourself. 8 days in, and you are creating a new habit, a new behavior, a new pattern. This is healthy for you, and I want you to be proud of yourself. Many of you, this is the first time you've done something consistently for 8 days. That's a huge deal. You've already made it 1 week in 1 day. You are in the second week of our 30-day mindfulness challenge. Now, I want you to pull out your journal. And I want you to pause if you need to go grab your journal. And now that you have your journal, I want you to write at the top day 8. And right next to day 8, write down how you feel. Whether it's I'm proud of myself, I am so excited, I'm doing it, this is happening, I love me, I am the bomb, I am that man, I am the boss, I am that lady, I am that girl, I am that woman. Whoever, whatever, put it down, because your human needs to see how proud you are of her or him, and you've got to really keep your human on board for the win. Okay, so remember, we're a dual being, and you are the soul within your human. You are here because your human brought you here to stay tuned in to this 30-day mindfulness challenge. Now, I want you to really consider whether or not this has been tough, whether it's been difficult, whether it's been a breeze. I want you to give yourself a minute and take a deep breath in. Let it all out. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply, kissing your higher self, connecting with the divine. Exhaling all the way out. And really ask yourself, was this very difficult? And be honest with yourself. It might have been excruciatingly painful. You might have had obstacles happen all over the place. Be honest if you've given it your all. And I want you to pause this video and write what that is to you in your journal. Okay, now that you're back, I'm going to share with you my truth. This was hard. It was difficult, but I made it for 8 days. I'm in it to win it. I have learned more about myself and the needs of my family and my role in life. How to organize my businesses better. What's most important? What isn't? What can go? What needs to stay? How do I include the new? How do I let go of what no longer serves me and what never has? Including people, beliefs, philosophy. I learned that I need to schedule 1 hour for just my family's needs, appointments, following up, taking care of all of their things. I am their administrative assistant. And keeping that together. I learned that before I was just kind of doing it as I could do it, and I would write down my goals for that day, what was most important, and if it was to make doctor's appointments, if it was to call my whatever for my husband, my children, whatever it is that needed to happen. But I would write it down, and sometimes it didn't get done. If I needed to pick up groceries, I really wasn't scheduling that in my day. And I learned that in order for me to stay consistently consistent in my health and wellness business, which is my goal, I needed to really schedule that in. I also realized that I need to journal at a specific time during the day. And so I have my journal on my desk, and I have put it in my Google Calendar as an event so that I stop what I'm doing and I journal. It also coincides with my appointments for spiritual superstars and our complete coaching circle clients as well. So all of these things have popped up within the past week. I have had meltdowns. I have had amazing family conversations that have yielded great breakthroughs for us. I have connected deeper with my husband. I have connected deeper with my children. And I have connected deeper with myself. And all of that, I have deepened my connection with God. I have really seen breakthroughs overall. So what I realized is what maybe you have realized too on this 8th day of this 30-day challenge. That even when you are focused on one goal, life keeps happening. And the need to adjust requires flexibility. It requires an open mind. It requires self-forgiveness and forgiveness for others. It requires unselfish energy. It requires going with the flow, but it also requires staying on task. It requires checking in with your accountability partner and holding yourself accountable. It requires respect. It requires grit. And it requires sleep. I want you to take your journal out again, and I want you to be honest with yourself, and I want you to write down the word sleep. And next to the word sleep, I want you to put a colon or a hyphen, and I want you to be honest and say how many hours on average you have been getting of sleep. Naps are included. Naps are great. So let's say that you, for the past 8 or 7 days, you have gotten on average maybe 6 hours a night, maybe 4, maybe 8, but just average it out and see what that looks like. One thing that I have learned is the lack of sleep catapults catastrophic outcomes. The lack of sleep causes a lot of havoc. It causes pain. It causes confusion, lack of clarity, right? When you wake up and you haven't gotten a lot of sleep, you end up oversleeping, missing appointments, work, school, your responsibilities, right? You may even forget to wake up the kids if you've got children. You may run late, or you wake up groggy, cranky, angry, frustrated. angry at the world, disappointed in yourself. You might wake up with a migraine, feeling horrible, sick. The lack of sleep doesn't produce a healthy outcome. And here's the other thing. Medically, we know that the stress hormone really does us no good. And guess what? The lack of sleep creates more of it. So we automatically are stressed out. And what does that do? It leads to weight gain. It leads to our human rejecting weight loss. So if your goal is weight loss or a healthier lifestyle, keep that in mind. If your goal is to improve business, your financial outlook, or your relationship blueprint, your relationship life, your relationship with your family, your significant other, your relationship with God or self, whatever your goal is, to get more organized in life, whatever it is, the lack of sleep is harming you. So sleep has to be a requirement. So write down the average of the amount of sleep you're getting, honestly. And once you have that written down, I want you to really start gauging the amount of sleep you require. The funny thing is, as we age, we require less sleep. And here's an interesting fact. The most successful people sleep between 4 to 6 hours every night, like clockwork. The most successful people are getting up out of their 24 hours that we all have, and they're waking up between 4 and 5 a.m. Why is that? It is because success involves networking, and networking involves people, and there are people in all time zones. And so if you live on the East Coast, your network, your clients, your customers, your vendors, your business partners, your customers, your all of it, right? On the West Coast, are going to receive what they need from you because you're already up and you're already delivering. You've sent emails, you have gotten work done, you have meditated, you have deepened in the Word of God. However, whatever spiritual sacred text that is for you, and whatever way it is for you, you've exercised, you've taken your time out for self. If you're on the West Coast and everyone is on the East Coast, or some of the people you have in your network are in different time zones across the globe, you're getting way more done by waking up earlier. Make sense? So I want you to keep that in mind as you roll into day 9. So at the end of day 8, we have already begun to visualize our goal. I want you to pull out your journal again, pause the video, and I want you to reflect on the activities you completed and the activities you did not complete today, and write it in your journal. Okay, now that you're back, I will share with you that though I worked my business today, my health and wellness business, I did not complete all of the activities that I had in my hour to complete. Tomorrow, I will make it up to myself and I will go double time. I will make up the 30 minutes that I didn't work in my business today, and I will work the hour that I'm committed to working every day. So tomorrow my day looks like an hour and a half of required income generating activities for my health and wellness business. It's as simple as that. How will I do that? I am waking up at the scheduled time that I have to wake up, and and I won't share that with you because I want you to really do what's best for you, but I will tell you that the earlier bird catches the worm, and that simply means that the most successful people rise earlier in the day, because at the end of the day, we've all had 24 hours. Use them wisely. Reflect, write it in your journal, and then go to sleep with your goal in sight and in mind. I'll see you on day 9.